guys, it is Nurse Abalori Budgets coming here with another video. Today I am doing a tabletop budget video, and yeah, hopefully this video won't be too long. All right, you guys, I am back, and if you hear some noise in the background, please forgive me. It is Sunday and this is our laundry day, so you may hear just some background noise from the dryer, and then you may also hear another noise, which is my dog Jax. He likes to barge in, so if I have to pause the video, just know it's because I'm trying to get him settled. But today we are going to talk about my September's budget, and I just want to make sure that you all know I'm going to do a separate video about the mental mindset and just kind of how I have navigated paying bills, picking up extra shifts on my job, working extra hours, just doing whatever I can to get myself in a better financial position. And I thank God because this week has been a great week in terms of budgeting. It has been a phenomenal week. I'll do a separate video on that, just the mindset that goes into all of this. But anyway, today I just wanted to come in and give you a rough budget, or just kind of let you know what my goals are, what I've paid off, what I am going to pay off, and how things are starting to finally look up, especially with picking up extra shifts on my other job. You guys know that I am a nurse by trade, 25 years, 30 plus years in the healthcare industry, and I moonlight at a facility, and then I also have another job where I do IV therapy at home, so y'all can get into that later. But I wanted to come in because this week I have been diligent in calling my creditors, working out payment plans, seeing what's due, seeing what I could settle for, and I was thoroughly surprised that a lot of them are settling for whatever we can give them. And again, I will be doing a couple of videos talking about settlements, the good, the bad, whatever, but for me it works out. That means that that's something that I have paid. I don't have to worry about it again in life. And so one of the things I want to just talk about real quick is I have a mortgage. I own my home. My home is through PennyMac service provider, and with that comes obviously a mortgage to my home. My home is 6 years old. I had it built from the ground up, and so my mortgage is pretty hefty. And so one of the things that I'm always battling with is making sure that I keep my payments within a certain range, that it doesn't go up. I have heard that people have all of a sudden received balloon mortgage payments. Some people no longer can afford their mortgage. They have to move, just a lot of things. Well, when I was calling my service provider to try to see if there's ways that I can, make my payments cheaper, or what things that I could do to lower my mortgage payment, one of the things that's built into my mortgage payment is my homeowner's insurance policy. The homeowner's insurance policy covers things like flood, hurricanes, winds, fire, someone breaking in, theft, someone, I live on the end of the street, and so if someone accidentally drives into my home, it will cover that. Well, my old policy, lo and behold, I was spending about $2,781 a year in my homeowner's insurance policy. And so I called them and spoke with some representatives, and then I happened to log onto my account, and I saw an advertisement that says we may be able to lower your policy about $400. So I said, okay, well, let me see, because that'll definitely bring down my mortgage payment. And I kind of was like, okay, let me see how this is going to work. So my previous policy was $2,781 a year, and I was paying about the $231 was built into my mortgage payment. So I spoke to one of the insurance providers, or insurance agents, I should say, and we did a quote. And based upon, my ability to I don't know what they score by or what they use, but however, once she asked me some questions about my home, did I have security features, what type of dwelling it was, did I have any claims within the last 5 years. I've been in my home for 6, almost 7, and pretty much the question she asked me, all of the answers was no. I was able to lower my policy from $2,781 to $2,219.29. You guys, I was not prepared for this. I was prepared to work with my mortgage company to see if they can lower, or what is it that I could remove, whatever. Just because I feel like, we're going to try to save dollars any way we can. So when I came across that option and I called and spoke with the agent, and she told me the new quote, what the difference is, monthly I was paying $231.75 previously. Now I will be paying $184.92. You guys, that is a difference between the $2,781 and the $2,219. You guys, that is a $561 difference in my in just what I was paying yearly for my insurance. So now instead of being built into my policy $231, it is now going to go to $184.92. Y'all, all I gotta do is give God the glory, the honor, and praise, because he knows that for the last 2 years I have been battling with getting out of debt. And again, my debt isn't huge, to be honest with you. My debts currently sit at like less than between 12 and 14,000. I think the last time I checked I was in like the 12,000 range, so it's not like I'm sitting on a mountain of debt. This is what I consider debt free, is paying off any debts, and then outside, once I pay off these debts, the only thing I will have is my mortgage and my student loans. To me, that starts the beginning of me truly becoming debt free. But if I don't have to put out extra monies for other things, then that works in my favor. So I was able to lower, again, the amount that I was paying for my homeowner's insurance. And again, the policy is still a full policy. Nothing changes. Because I still owe a mortgage, I have to take out the maximum benefit of a homeowner's policy. It's almost like full coverage for a car. Like a lot of times if you have a brand new car, the insurance company, they require you to have full coverage, or what would be considered full coverage. Because I still have fairly a new home, this is what they consider full coverage for a home. But I was able to lower my policy, y'all. I wanted to cry when she told me that. I wanted to be in tears, but y'all know all I could do was put my head down and give honor and glory to God. And again, my moniker here at 1720 Finance is, if you have faith of a mustard seed, if you tell them that mountain to move out of the way, it will move. And the mountain was getting my mortgage lowered some kind of way, and because I kept the faith, I prayed to God. This week started out a bit rough with just some things on my mind, and as the week tapered off, I mean, he's just worked a miracle for me. And I am happy about that. So I can't wait to see what my new mortgage payment is going to be. All right. And so yesterday I called Geico Insurance Company because there was a discrepancy in my billing. And so pretty much it was, I wasn't billed for something, so they had to go back and bill me for it, which is fine. It is what it is. And everything is fine with that. But then you guys know I have so I have 3 Capital One accounts. One account is a Capital One auto account that I helped my ex-husband get, and he did not honor, so I was left paying the car off, or rather the car has stopped working, and so instead of him trading the car in and taking ownership of the payments, he did not do that. He went and got another car unbeknownst to me, and so I was left with trying to figure out what I was going to do with the van that no longer worked. Long story short, I called them, told them to come get the van because the van was not working. They sold it, and again, they told me the difference in what it was. I was able to work out a settlement amount. So when I started the beginning, it was like 2,000 and something left on the van. I was able to settle it down to $1,237, and of that $1,237, I paid so far $720, which leaves a remaining balance of $517. Now I am getting ready to make a payment on that, so that is now going to bring, I'm going to make a payment of the $103.13. I'll probably equal it out to like $104, maybe like $110. That is going to bring this down to like $417. So I might just go ahead and put in the 17, and that'll do like $117.53, and then we'll make that an even $400. Y'all, it is almost paid off. I cannot wait. And in fact, I am going to go hard this week and pick up 2 extra shifts on my job in addition to the shifts that I've already picked up to go ahead and wipe this out. One bill down, you guys. One bill down, one bill paid. I am praying to God that it works in my favor, that everything is going to work out, and that I will be able to pay this bill off. And just to be able to see the letter saying that I have satisfied the debt, it is paid in full, whatever they send me. Y'all, I don't care. I don't care. It'll be done. One less thing I got to deal with. So that's some happy news for me on the home front this week. And I kind of just wanted to bring you guys along today. So now we are actually going to get into my budget, what I am paying, what I'm going to pay, and where everything stands. So give me a second. All right, you guys, I am back, and here is a glimpse of, you know what? A glimpse of everything that I have had to pay. And I might insert it because I think some of this book may have cut off when I was doing the beginning part, so I am going to probably just do some screenshots so you guys can see the difference. But right here, right now, you guys are looking at my bills, and this includes everything that I have to pay for my home, plus any outstanding bills that I have remaining to pay, any outstanding debts that I have to pay outside of the home. So one thing I just wanted to let you know, I do not share my mortgage because I believe that is personal information, and I do share a lot, so I'm just gonna waive the right to tell you guys that. But just know my mortgage payment is up there. It is over $1,500 a month. Hey Jax, it's over $1,500 a month, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. All right, so Dominion Power, you guys know that I'll be struggling to pay this electric bill because my electric bill is always high, but it is what it is. I mean, if we gotta run our AC, we have to run our AC. I refuse to be in a house where it's 80-90 degrees just to conserve. I try to conserve as much energy during the day when it's the hottest. I have a smart thermostat, so at a certain period of time it'll automatically kick over to the smart setting, and just at the peak hours it will not run. It'll cool the house down, and then it will maintain a certain temperature. It just will not run, and then it'll run back when peak hours are over. And peak hours for me are usually in the summertime, anytime between 11-12 noon all the way up till about 6 or 7 o'clock at night. So it'll cool it down. I just have to, we just do it works because for the most part the house does stay cool. But so my total balance for this was $619, and keep in mind this is about 2.5 months of payment. And I'm not gonna lie, my electric bill is always late just because it is, it just is. I have other things that I have to pay, and so I do eventually always wind up paying at least half. So this is going to $619.67. Of that, $345.33 will be coming out electronic payment on 9/14, and I will calculate the remaining balance. Probably do that in another video. Columbia Gas, this is my gas bill. Again, this is actually 2 months worth, so I'm going to be paying the whole $228. I want to say by Wednesday of this week this will be paid. HRSD is my water and sewage provider, $428. And again, our bill comes in 3 months, so I will be paying ACH is already set up for the 12th, and that'll be $215. And I have the money for that, so I'm probably going to go ahead and transfer that over into my checking account, and then that will be paid. What is today? Today is what? Today's the 7th. Okay, so that'll be great. So I could probably hold on to the money that I have, or go ahead and transfer it. I'll probably just go ahead and transfer it just to get it over with. Vivid Alarm, you guys, my alarm system was, for some reason the billing was kind of crazy, so it was $167. I gave them $100, and then they wound up crediting me $67. So I'm like, okay, so now that brings this to a zero balance. So I got a credit. They credit me $167. I paid the $100, and so right now I have a zero balance until September 2nd. Home Shield is the company that I use. It is like the warranty company where they come and they fix like things in your home that go wrong. Your washer and dryer breaks, your stove goes up, things like that. That is $39. I always go ahead and pay. For some reason I thought it was $40. I went to check and it was $39. I'm going to go ahead and pay that today. And so let me go ahead and get that. I'm going to go ahead and pay this today because it's such a small amount. I'm going to go ahead and pay that today and get that out of the way. So that'll be $39.94, and it'll be zero balance. I'm going to go ahead and pay my Fios TV today. That was $94.99. I'm going to go ahead and pay that and get that out of the way. My YouTube TV, $82.99. That has been paid. That's at a zero balance, and I am happy about that. I could probably put the balance totals over here in this last column. I probably will do that. I'm still waiting for my lawn guy to cut the grass. That is usually $75, and I'm still waiting. He was supposed to cut it this week. I don't know what happened, so I don't know if he's still going to cut, or I might have to find me another provider, which sucks because I'm tired of going through all of these people that cut grass. I might just have to go with another company who does lawn care, period. I just bite the bullet and pay them a monthly pay. Geico, my auto is $274. This is where it got screwed up. So yesterday I called and they had to bill me for, they didn't bill for something, and so it's a little bit higher, but normally my insurance is like $130 something, $120 something a month. So that's going to be coming out on the 26th, which that's fine by me. My Verizon cell was $321. I gave them $300, so I still have another $300 to pay. My bill is just high. It's just high because I have 3 lines. I need to call them because I need to figure out how I can get this bill down. But anyway, it's about 2 months worth of bills, maybe 2.5. And then my dad is out of the country, so I do talk to him quite a bit, so that kind of drives the price up. But long story short, $321, I'm not, it is what it is. I will eventually get this bill down. Our phones are probably almost near paid off, so that should take the price down as well, the bill down as well. Herbalife, I'm going to be paying this today, $8.81, and then $96.80. That is for me. My son, I have to change his policy amount, so I'm going to see what the new policy is going to be, the new policy amount, and I will add that here. So Herbalife covers myself, my younger brother, and my son, and then I have a policy on the side that will cover my home should anything happen. And that's something we're going to be talking about too, because I am getting ready to put my home in a trust so that if my son sells it, he does not have to pay the capital gains tax on it. Side note, for all you people that own a home, if you don't want your children or your loved ones to have to pay taxes on a home if they sell, put it in a trust. This was told to me by several individuals, most notably a few few Caucasian YT people that told me this, and this is what they do. So hey, if it's gonna keep it in my family and keep money in my family, then that's what I'm gonna do. All right, you guys, scrolling down, Capital One is $233. I have 2 credit card accounts, and so I will be making that payment this month. And then my Credit One bank is to have 2 accounts. It'll be a total of $491. I think I already set up the ACH with this. I have to go back and check, but that will be paid. Y'all, I'm on a roll. When I tell y'all I am on a roll to pay this stuff off, I am. Okay, down to the nitty gritty is my state tax. So my income tax every year, you guys, for whatever reason, I always owe the state. I don't know why. I let them take out the max and extra. I still owe. It doesn't matter. I owe currently $643.65. It was 5 something, but because I hadn't paid it, you know, they tack on interest. I've already set up my ACH payment to go out on 10/1, and let me put that 10/1, and that is going to be an ACH payment. I need to write that there, and that'll take care of the first $100. And once I get down to like 400, I'll go ahead and pay it off. Just because I have to manage, you know, I'm just one income person. Chesapeake city taxes. This is the city taxes that we have to pay quarterly on our home. Mine came to a total of $377.22. Now divide that by 12. That'll give you an inkling of what I'm paying roughly quarterly or something like that, but that's fine. I mean, it's used to it, and it's really honestly cheap. It's like $60 some. I just let it pile on for whatever reason, because they never harassed me about it. So it's just, it is what it is. I have other things to pay. VA car tax. So you guys know my son had a Honda. The Honda went up. We got rid of it. And that is something that I'm going to be talking about as well, because things did not work out in our favor for that. But that was a Honda. The actual taxes on that for the year was actually $460 some. I called them, told them the date that I got rid of the car. And so what happened was they said that they would send out a corrected statement. Y'all, that almost a $200 and some difference from the corrected statement of how much we were paying just alone in the Honda car tax. So previously it was like $460 something, $465 I think, or $464, and now it's the difference is what I have to pay is $267.03. Car repairs, y'all, another win for me. So I have a Hyundai Santa Fe, which is an SUV, and so it needed some repairs, or so what I thought. And so I called them, I set up the appointment, I went in, they did, I was roughly thinking I was going to pay about $6 something, because I was like a tune-up, another oil change, and just some other things. Well, he called me back and he said, this is what we could visually see, but let's run a diagnostic because you have some lights on. Okay, fair enough. He didn't charge me for the look over. And so he did the diagnostic. He came back. He said, the only thing that you need to repair is while your lights is on is that you need a sensor. It's going to cost about $1,000 for the sensor to be replaced at somewhere in the wheel bearing or something like that. Okay, fine. He said, it's not a big deal. It's not something that you have to get done now, but you know, just within the near future, you know, we recommend you get it done. He said, but today the only thing that we recommend is the oil change and the diagnostic. Everything else checked out. You don't need your spark plugs changed. You don't need a tune-up. The tune-up alone, you guys, was $4 something. That's why I was budgeting. I was actually over budgeting. I was budgeting $6 because I was like, for any other minor incidences that I felt like, okay, go ahead and throw it into the mix and I'll just pay for it. Lo and behold, all I had to do was give him $246. He plugged 2 tires that I had nails in. He did the diagnostic that was like $100 something, and then he did the oil change that was like $70 something and some change. Altogether, it came to $246.36. Y'all, again, I wanted to cry because God did his big thing. I saved roughly about $400 because that was $400 that I did not have to put out, making way for me to do other things with that money that I was able to save. And so with that money that I was able to save, I can now put that towards other bills. I can put that into some savings. I can put that into some investments. I can take that $400 and do something else with it. And more than likely, it'll be just to pay off some debts. And I am elated. I am elated. Because again, God worked a miracle for me, and I wanted to cry because I just knew He was going to tell me, oh, we're in the sixes, maybe $1,000 range at this point. Because to be honest with you guys, it was my mom's car that she had, which she always kept in great condition. Just for the last 2 years since her passing, I just maintained the oil change and did a few things that need to be done on it. So the big engine things is what had not been done. So I'm like 2 years now. It's time for me to make sure that everything is running smooth. And so again, God worked the big one out for me, and all I had to do was basically $246.36. And y'all, I'm still elated. I'm still in awe. I'm still thanking God, because that, again, $400 that I was able to save. And I don't even want to say pocket, because it's not like I'm going to take this money and go shopping with it or be self-deserving with it. No, I am going to do my tithes and also pay some bills with it. So that is the plan for what I will be doing with this extra $200 that I have. Okay, we are coming to the end of pretty much everything that I have left to pay. Liberty Mutual was my old car insurance. Their rates were getting ridiculous, so I just went on and canceled. So the balance that I have to pay is $537.50. I am actually going to call the collection company and see if I could work out a settlement for them. I'm all about settlements, and it's not like it's really something major like a credit card or anything like that. I just want the debt to be gone. Citizen Pay is so tied into my Vivid Alarm account. I had to take out a loan to get the equipment, and so this is the balance of what's left. I'm still making payments on this, but I'm going to contact them as well and see if I could do some type of settlement and pay this off, because it's been well over 4 years now, maybe 3-4 years somewhere. I had a different alarm system my first 2 years here, and then I changed to Vimit because they had better monitoring and better equipment that I absolutely love. And so I will be calling them to see if it's something else that I can, if I could just go ahead and do a settlement for that. Navy Federal is a loan that I took out for my business at the time. So the balance is here, but I think they offered me a settlement for like $1,900 and some change. I'm going to call them and see if that still stands, and then if I could take that as a settlement and make payments towards that. So I am looking, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, for those two. And then Life Storage is, you guys know that I actually have a Poshmark business, and so a lot of my things are in storage, and so this $228 is my storage bill. I am going to be paying that shortly. I'm wanting to get a garage, a shed, and move everything over to my shed, and that way I can get rid of this storage bill. I think that I'm probably going to make that a goal by the end of the year, if not before then. I probably can do a shed, and honestly, I'm probably going to have to do this using like Klarna or something where I could break up the payments. I am not a fan of breaking up payments, but however, sometimes you have to do what you have to do when you are on a budget, and if it means every month or every week I could just make a small payment, then it'll work itself out. So with that being said, you guys, that is it. I am going to finish rebalancing my book. I am going to put my updated balances here so I know what I'll be paying for in the month of September. The month of roughly get an estimate of what I am going to be paying for the month of October, I should say, not September. But on all, this is it, you guys. I have now been able to condense my bills from 2 pages, almost 2.5 pages, to down to 1 page. And again, I am happy of the work. I am happy of the process, the progress, and I just got to keep praying to God, keeping my head above water. I am encouraging you to do the same. I know we're in the midst of just some trials and tribulations with this economy. Everything is just like quadruple the price of what it used to be. We just don't know where things stand right now, and a lot of us are working 2 and 3 jobs. We're doing side hustles, we're doing deliveries, we're doing things outside of our normal everyday jobs to make ends meet. But I am praying for you guys. I am praying that you will finally be at the end of your debt-free journey soon, and I am going to probably be coming to you with another video Wednesday. We're going to be talking about settlements and if they work for you, how they can benefit you, or at least how they can benefit those of us who just want to pay a bill and get it over with, and you're not too heavily concerned about messing up your credit. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. But until then, I will see you guys in the next video. And if you know somebody that's going through their debt-free journey and they need some inspiration, some motivation to get it done, please encourage them to join us. Please share, please comment, please like, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye.